Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are starting the final season of 13 Reasons Why, or should we say 10 Reasons Why, because I need to know 10 reasons why you didn't extend it to 13 episodes for the final season. Now, I know they're probably trying to cut costs and he was giving the fans one final season to say goodbye to the favourite characters, but I still think they could have extended it and pushed it to 3 more episodes. But who knows what the story's going to be this season, because last season we had the death of Bryce Walker and who killed him, and all season we was guessing. We was introduced to a new character in Anna. You know, she was kind of like, well, her mum was a carer for Bryce's granddad in the house, and she kind of started a relationship with Bryce, well, slash friends with benefits, whilst also kind of falling for Clay, starting one with him. And we're seeing obviously everything unravel. Now it turns out the person that actually killed Bryce was Alex, and we actually called it as well on the channel, didn't we? We had 3 suspects all the way through, and then we kept narrowing it, and then before it was revealed we did pick Alex, and that was the actual correct answer. And everybody kind of grouped together and saved a friend pretty much. You know, they all tried to point fingers left, right and centre, and he's pointing toward Montgomery and said he was the one that actually done it. Now luckily for them, and not luckily for Montgomery, he actually got arrested for assaulting Tyler, which he should have done, and he actually went and got put inside. Now inside he ended up killing himself, and you know, even Alex's dad knew that he possibly killed Bryce. He put all the pieces together and all arrows was pointing to him. And once he found out that obviously Montgomery was an outgoing, you know, they could have pointed the finger towards him, they decided to do that, and they sent him down pretty much as the killer. Now obviously he's died, so he can't testify, but there's somebody that actually knows where he was on the day of Bryce's murder, and that is Winston, mate. You know, he is the person that we've seen Monty kind of, you know, have a little thing with when he went to the party, and then they ended up sleeping with each other. And in that episode, on that day, they were spending time together. Do you know what I mean? His parents was out of town, and they was, you know, they was having some fun. And he knows the truth that Monty did not kill Bryce. And he approached everybody at the end of the episode and he said, mate, it's not right what you're doing. And maybe it is this season, you know, that we go into it and exposing everybody. Then it'll obviously unravel all the craziness again. Who knows? But Bryce last season, I thought he had a really good one. Now, it doesn't mean that he's my favourite character or anything. Really disliked him in the first 2 seasons, but I enjoyed his story. It was great. He even stuck up for Tyler when he found out what Montgomery did. So you have to give him credit there. And we have to acknowledge progression in his character as well. He started to be remorseful for everything that he'd done. He was apologising to people, apologised to Jess. He helped Tyler. He apologised to the Bakers. And he was trying to get better. Now, obviously, he's been killed, and that's unlucky for him. But he had a good, entertaining season, in my opinion, and I liked how all season was trying to guess who it was that killed him. But that's where we currently are. Brand new season, fresh, final one as well. No idea what the storyline's going to be, but hopefully it's a good one. So thanks for checking out today's episode. If you do enjoy it, please smash the like, really helps out. Subscribe if you do, and as always, let's jump into the final season of 13 Reasons Why.
Liberty High has endured enough traumas and tragedy, and the loss of another classmate senior year is more than children should be asked to bear, but Liberty is not alone. How are we responsible? What burdens are we placing on our young people?
Who is it that started 6 months earlier?
Put your clothes on. We gotta go. Monty, he's still alive.
What's going on there then? How does that make any sense?
We didn't think that...
You wanted to clear your name? You set me up for murder?
We were trying to protect someone else. We thought you were gone.
Whoa, what is this camera, mate? Look, the proper gone different. Is he dreaming?
It's pretty messed up, but I'm good at hiding shit, so I don't think my parents have noticed.
Are you thinking about college? Have you finished your apps? Because we just want you to feel like you can come to us for anything. Clay, what do you think?
About what?
About seeing Dr. Ullman.
I don't know.
Do you know what, right? I've got to say, I want him to see this doctor. Do you know what, right? I've never actually thought of it before, but have we not since season 1 always talked about him having nightmares, seeing doctors, need to speak to somebody, see if he can get tested? Do you know what I mean? Like, this is not just like a out of the blue thing. It's a consistent slow burner. It's been burning slowly. The flame's getting bigger and bigger. Like, something's happening with him. He's experiencing something. You know, it's PTSD, guilt, trauma. Do you know what I mean? He's still suffering from, you know, Hannah. There's something, like, not wrong as in, like, oh, there's so much wrong with it, but there's something going on in his head that I would love to see him sit down and speak to somebody and see if they can figure out what it is. Because, yeah, how many times are we going to see him sweating his back out in a dream and get no explanation for it? And this is the first time we've seen a nightmare, which is decent.
Here's the thing. I'm basically okay. As okay as you can be a month out from being in jail for murder.
Okay, hey, just listen, just calm down. Breathe, sit tight, give me a few minutes.
But then a friend needed me, and it was like I was alive again.
Tyler got called in to talk to the sheriff.
What?
He's alone at home and his parents don't know, but I gotta go drive him.
What does he think it's about, Bryce?
He doesn't know.
You better not break these two up after last season. I hate it when people do that. Do you know what I mean? Like, you prop a bigger story up and then it ends so
Take care
fast.
of my friends. They need me.
Man, I thought this was over. Clay, why is this happening now?
I'm not sure.
You can never let your guard down, because it never fucking ends.
So you haven't told him about Oakland?
Not yet. We don't move until after Christmas, so...
You've known for a week. And you knew once you told him he'd go all cray-cray.
Yo, how far's Oakland from wherever these live? Where are they from? Where actually is this even set? I know they go to Liberty High School, but like, Justin's got an Oakland, was it Raiders sign in the back, so I'm assuming it's close. You know, when you do usually a sports team, it's in the area where you're from. Now, I know obviously people like other teams. We have Manchester United fans in London, you know, South Africa, India, all over the world. But, like, majority of people around the area where you're from would have, obviously, signs and posters up and stuff. From Manchester, I support United. I'm guessing Justin supports, obviously, the Oakland Raiders, and they live close to there. But maybe not, it might be far away. Maybe like she's saying, look mate, you know, we need a winter break, i.e. their relationship, because she's going away at Christmas.
And the dreams and anxiety and stuff makes me not strong.
Maybe he's talking to somebody. Has someone just crashed into him? No, he's just seeing stuff again. I mean, he's looking a bit insane, Clay, though, to be honest. Let's be... Clay's looking like a crazy man.
Hey, you found the guns. You don't know, there's no serial number, no prints, but the bag, they traced the bag to the store I bought it from. I told them that I bought it, but that someone else stole it from me.
He's here. Everyone under the damn banner. Come on.
He's gonna be on it again.
Welcome home.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding. It's for Justin, I know.
We're here.
Oh.
What the fuck is up with Tyler? What?
Is he acting sketchy, Tyler, then?
That's why we had Charlie take the Look, I don't think we have much to worry about.
Tyler knows about Bryce. Tyler's in trouble for the guns. Tyler turned all of us in to save himself.
You never do that.
I mean, us three, we've been hanging out like every night. He's our friend.
I believe Tyler.
I believe Tyler.
Look, everyone just needs to stay calm. Keep their shit together and do not do anything stupid. Since hand on the tapes, I wanted people to wake up and pay attention. Well, I guess I have their attention now.
So something must have happened to Clay. Feeling like, do you know, at the start of last season when Annie was sat down and we had the tape recorder and she was speaking, and I was like, all season we was trying to guess who's she talking to. Do you know what I mean? And they tied it in, obviously they backtracked it, and it's like, obviously now, I believe, are we in the past 6 months before? Maybe. I don't know. I got confused last season until we picked up and then I understood it. I don't know if we're still 6 months in the past, but he said maybe they understand it now. But like, he said that he wanted people to stand up and like listen to him. So, mate, everybody's like listening to you. Do you know what I mean? Like, the thing is though, what he's just saying, Zach, let it play out. I totally agree with me. First of all, I believe Tyler personally, and second of all, I feel like you do let it play out. The more people start asking questions, the more it makes it more suspicious. You know what I'm saying? Like, you'd be pointing, you could put extra eyes on you, which are unneeded, because you're all acting sketchy and weird, and you're like, mate, maybe we do go over there and ask him a few questions because everyone's acting all strange. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know. I do think that you play it out, and I do think that Tyler's telling the truth.
Where's Clay?
We have a new system, kind of like a sock on the door type of thing.
I can't be in a relationship.
God, mate, why?
Serious.
My sobriety, the priority right now.
Yeah, I understand that.
Too. I can help you. We can figure this out together.
It doesn't work like that.
Oh, you have to understand it. Do you know what? I was mad there when he said that, but I understand where he's coming from. He's putting himself and his health first.
Standout session with the Ochoa girl the day before Thanksgiving. There's no tape.
No, he didn't think anything was gonna turn out, so...
This guy pecks it as well, doesn't he? Guess he's just doing his job, though.
I heard about Tyler.
Okay, that's not something you have to worry about. You kids just keep doing what you're doing.
I'll be fine going to Liberty.
As public schools go, it's not the best.
I know a few people there. It'll be nice to get closer to them.
These are the brand new ones.
Reloaded with all the hot apps. I had a Mac genius help me.
Is this a picture we took on Thanksgiving?
Yeah, it turned out pretty good, right? I love it.
Oh, is that on a panic attack?
Hey, you okay?
I think I just stopped too fast.
You should move in here. My mom and my brothers leave the day after tomorrow, and my dad's transfer won't go through for at least 6 months, so we're keeping the house.
Don't think my mother would approve.
Come on, what would I do without you? I need you. Clay does.
Oh, yeah, she's still not had a conversation with him, actually.
Mostly in rehab.
Yeah, I mean, after all the puking and the night sweats.
Then we can redecorate whatever the girls would like to do. We want it to feel like home.
So, Mum?
And she'll have a curfew?
Oh, absolutely. Same as Jessica, home by 10.
9.
9. 8.
Sundown.
Where are we, exactly?
Oh, Dad used to take us here for cookouts.
Is that prices?
Last remaining copy in the wild.
Are you sure?
Do you remember
You
when she
wanted it,
drank
didn't
in the
you?
first season? Yeah, of course she did.
To get away from all of this.
Jess.
What the actual fuck?
Don't lose your shit.
I haven't lost it yet, have I?
Step aside for a pat down.
I sure as shit hope you have a female officer to do it. Because you and your boys aren't putting that anywhere near my body.
She has got every right to ask for a female officer, hasn't she?
Hey, get back here!
Nah, they can't do anything.
If you're gonna turn Liberty into a full-on police state, then at least show your female students some respect by hiring actual female officers to do the so-called screenings.
Just wanted to chat.
Crazy, right?
Ask you for anything, to do anything, or not do?
No.
I just wanted to say I really admire what you're doing, trying to change the culture of the school. But I'd like to join, if that's okay with you.
Of course.
Community college.
Consider it a stepping stone. After a year, you can transfer someplace else.
Hey, you were at the homecoming game, right? November?
God, I was there for Hillcrest yearbook.
Oh, yeah, right. I thought I recognized you. It was, Winston, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Yanni.
Winston, you wanted me to introduce you to the mathletes?
Get you around.
What do you mean you go here now?
I transferred. I think I can make a future for myself here.
He's killing Clay, innit?
Nobody here even knows who Winston is.
Alex.
Who we absolutely shouldn't tell.
You knew about this since Thanksgiving, and you're just telling me now?
I was hoping it would go away.
Why didn't you tell me you were moving to Oakland? And what the fuck, Ani? Why didn't you tell me anything?
Because you were falling apart, because you were a fucking mess.
Well, I'm fine now.
It's sweet, guys, but I'm just gonna wear it at home.
No, you gotta wear it now.
Is that his sister?
My sister.
Yeah, so. Like, literally, what's that got to do with anything to do with Clay?
Fucking take those jerseys off. Take those fucking jerseys. You're honoring a fucking rapist.
Is her name? Oh.
What the fuck are you doing?
He's never gonna win that, Clay. Oh. Clay was never gonna win that. Do you know what? Thinking about it, yeah. Clay was actually the person that was going to get sent down before Monty, wasn't it? Now, I've got to be honest, right? They was well pressuring his sister to wear that jersey. They was all crowded around her, like, well intimidating. Yeah, you better wear this. You know what I mean? Like, I actually didn't like how they was kind of forcing her to do it. And, like, you know, why is Monty, like, buzzing behind Clay? Yeah, that's right. It's my sister. Yeah. And what, mate? Literally, what has that got? Like, why is he going to be rattled with that? Even there, it says, look, leaving the friends rattled. That's literally obviously what he says, but like, why is that gonna make them scared? Is she new to Liberty? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, they never seen her before. Did they not even know that he had a sister? Do you know where's she been all this time? What school has she been going to? It's well unusual to have somebody go to one school and another sibling go to another. Unless, like, you're really smart and you've gone to, like, college or something and you're going your separate ways. I don't really get it. Like I said, she must be new around here. But now they've got to watch what they're saying, though. Because if they didn't know it was his sister and they do now, they've got to be careful. Because, you know, they could say the wrong thing to the wrong person. It could spread like wildfire, couldn't it? And it could get out there. Especially with Winston as well. He's obviously checking stuff out. He's there to cause chaos. I'd like to know if he knows what the inner circle is. If he knows that Alex is friends with, obviously, like Clay and Justin and Jess and Tyler. Do you know what I mean? Like, if he knows all of that group, or if he just knows that that Monte didn't kill Bryce on that day because he was with each other. I like how they said outside as well that maybe he's come to find evidence because he doesn't have any himself, which is kind of better for them because they know that, you know, there's nothing that could currently take them down. They just got to be wary of what they say and the information that's released.
So much for staying calm.
Yeah, sorry, I think they started it. They're getting attention, not me.
They're just making things up because they don't want to believe that Monty would kill Bryce.
He did cover up Bryce's murder, though.
These are really good. Student leaders?
Those are for a thing I did with my friends. Because Clay's a really, really great guy. I mean, he's always been there for me. And Ani, too.
Look how different her hair looks there.
Are you dealing with it? Because you seem like not the slightest bit bothered by anything.
Isn't that how we're supposed to be acting? Normal?
Well, you said we should be the kind of friends that tell each other stuff.
Can't do anything about it, right? So what does it matter?
It matters to me.
Let's go! Do something.
You expect us to believe you got that from an accident in gym class?
You got in a fight.
Hey.
Who did you get in a fight with?
No one. A few guys on the football team. Since when do you start the fight?
Yo, they never eat the dinner in that house or the breakfast.
Hey man, you don't look so good.
Is this real or not? I don't know. No, I don't think it is. The transitions are good though.
You can't save everyone.
You can try.
You have to put your own mask on first.
Talking in your sleep all night.
Yes, what's he been saying?
Screaming. Enough is enough.
What are you trying to be?
Alive. Not insane.
I like how he's dealing with it and with whoever this is. Here we go.
I have dreams about anything that mattered. I've had panic attacks since the 4th grade. And I never told anyone. I need to be calm.
Do you have reasons not to be?
Plenty.
I need to control myself.
Why? What happens if you can't control yourself?
I might get hurt.
He's looking through the yearbook. I think he's trying to figure out, you know, the connections between everybody. The interesting thing about that is, yeah, it's like, my question is, do you feel like you have to be in control of everybody? Because, personally, nope. The only person I have to be in control of is me. I couldn't care what anybody else, any of my friends are doing. Literally couldn't care less. Like, literally, like, and it's not that I don't care for them, but I don't have to be in control of them. You do whatever you want to do. Do you know what I mean? Like, Clay's problem is he feels like he has to save everybody. He has to be involved in everybody's life. He has to be the leader. He has to be... Not everybody should be dependent on them. No, mate. You should just be a person that is available if somebody wants that option. You don't have to be the option. You don't have to be there. You don't have to be in control. That is what he can't get his mind of. Do you know what I mean? Like, I have no, like, association with what my friends do in terms of their private life and stuff that, you know, stressing them out. But I'm a friend if they want somebody to lean on and talk to. And that's what Clay needs to be. He doesn't have to be the guy that's running their life and dictating it. Okay, he done it last season with Tyler when he put out the schedule for everybody to go and take part in. That was great stuff. They had a fantastic reason to do that. It made total sense. But in terms of now and how everybody's dealing with this Bryce situation and Monte, you don't need to be in control of everybody's emotions and how everybody's feeling. Do you know what I mean? You have to put your own mask on first, as Arnie said, and take care of yourself, which he doesn't do. He takes care of everybody else and leaves himself all crazy and going mad.
You have to let go of the shit you can't control, or it will kill you.
Shit.
What's going on here?
No,
Let's
Alex,
go.
no, seriously, man. You know that I care about you, right? You hearing me?
Yeah. I should go.
No, come on. We're hanging out tonight.
Yo, he dealt with that well, Zach, then, mate.
Hey, this turtle down kid. You really think you can help us?
Yeah, I do.
These things you're feeling, they're your mind telling you to pay attention. Are you ready to pay attention?
What's he paying attention to? Monty being alive? I don't know, man. He does need help, though. I'm glad that he's gone there.
I wish I could tell you that there was a tiny voice in my head telling me that what I was doing to you was wrong.
I raped 7 or 8 other girls. Some of them were my girlfriends at the time.
Oh.
Hey!
Is this happening or not?
Hey, hold up! Hey, what the fuck?
Was somebody there or not? Do you know what I mean? Because Clay's been off all episode. The sheriff is annoying. Do you know what? I would absolutely. Do you know what? Right? I want the sheriff to come after him all season, just full on hardcore, all guns blazing, to find out that Clay's not the killer. Like, I'd literally love it. The guy again, he's looking at that tape now. Interestingly, because of what we've seen about Clay all episode, about how he's seeing things and how I don't know if certain situations are real, I have no idea if that's real or not, what's just happened there, which is quite good, actually. I've got to give it to them. They've made me, like, constantly question, like, is this a real scene or is it not? Last season, once I got the understanding of it, the camera was condensing and opening and denting and opening, and I knew that we'd gone from the past to the present. But here, I'm always figuring out, is this a, you know, like, is this a real scene or is this Clay, you know, like, having a vision? And then just then, we've just seen somebody playing Bryce's tape, which we have been told in this episode was burned, the last one, by Jess, who pulled it out with Anna and set it on fire, and she's seen a vision of Bryce, actually. And then, was that the last time we seen her in the whole episode? That was interesting. And then, obviously, we've just heard it played again, and I was thinking maybe it's Montgomery, you know, not Montgomery, maybe it's Winston going to try and obviously avenge Montgomery and try and gather a bit more information, and he's found it, and then obviously he's fled. But then if he did flee, then why would the door shut behind Clay? Do you know what I mean? Like, that wouldn't make sense, or a mad coincidence. And then I'm a bit wounded that his mum come out and interrupted Monty and Bryce walking into the street, because I would love to see what happened if they turned around and said something to him. So, really interesting. I thought, like, they've took a different approach with the camera work. They've tried to make Clay look a bit crazy. Monty, in certain scenes, he's, like, shaking his head, then we go in flashback and flickering, you know, like, screens. I do like the camera work, to be honest. It's different. But I've got to say, Clay is annoying in certain situations, but it's not just this season. Throughout the whole show, from season 1 to season 4, he stresses me out. He's not a person that I dislike. No, he's not a person that I dislike. But he is a person that stresses me out. Okay, and that's going to wrap up episode 1 of the final season of 13 Reasons Why. Did you enjoy it? And, you know, was you surprised at how, you know, we approached the episode? Because I definitely did. When we found out that Montgomery was alive, I was like, what the hell, mate? You know, I was thinking, what's going on? Why would Alex's dad obviously lie to them and then obviously try and pin the murder on him? And it turns out that that wasn't even real. That was Clay having one of his nightmares. And he does look pretty crazy. Let's be honest, in this episode, he looks like he's losing the absolute plot, mate. You know, I think at least 4 or 5 different scenes in this episode, Clay has been having visions and he's been being paranoid, and I do think it's an interesting approach, and it did raise a question to me anyway, which I hadn't actually thought about up until obviously we started seeing him here. What is his deal? And why have we constantly throughout the seasons shown him, you know, like sweating and having dreams? And why have we always heard his mum talk about going to see the doctor and stuff? And why have we never addressed it? And we have done in today's episode. I thought we might have got like a play out of kind of like Annie last season, where she was talking and was wondering who's she talking to. And then obviously we jumped back and we seen that it was obviously to, you know, Deputy Stand-Up. But no, today we just addressed it. He's sat there, he's at the therapist, he's speaking to him, and obviously he's talking about stuff, and he's talking about how, like, he feels like he needs to save everybody, and do you know what I mean? And he has to be in control of everyone's lives, and, like, you know, Arnie made a good reference last season, and she made it again today, that the first person that needs saving is yourself. You put your own mask on before you go out and help others. So I like what she said there. Clay's obviously feeling overwhelmed, and he's probably feeling the pressure as well of knowing that Alex has killed Bryce, you know what I mean, and knowing that the cover up, because at any moment anybody could get some information and arrows can be pointed on them. Now obviously Clay is not going to go down for murder, but it'll be would it be an accessory or like a concealing of information? I have no idea how much time you would get for that. If I knew that you murdered Bryce, for example, and I never actually told anybody, and then it was found out that I knew that, I would get done, wouldn't I? I'd get sent down. I wouldn't get as much as you for obviously killing him, but I would receive some sort of prison sentence for not coming forward and obviously revealing that information. But that's not just happening to Clay. It's going to happen to Jess and Justin, obviously Alex for the murder. It's going to happen to Zach and Arne, and that new guy, I don't even know his name, that got introduced, and Tyler. Everybody's been pulled in. Now, they found the guns, and obviously they can't trace it back to anybody, but they found a bag that Tyler bought from the store, who used, obviously, that to throw away. He said that it was stolen from him. Whether they believe it or not, I firmly believe that they won't do. Deputy Standard will push that agenda that, yeah, okay, I believe him, because obviously he's got his son to save. Now, we can also see that Alex, he isn't really doing... not well, as in like, but he, again, he's a bit paranoid, which is fair dues. Do you know what I mean? He was saying to Zach, you know what I mean? Like, you're trying to deal with this, like, you know, nothing really happened. And I agree with Zach, to be honest. He's dealing with it in a way, not how I would deal with it, but his approach is if to say, instead of worrying about everything, we can't deal with it. Do you know what I mean? Like, we can't change anything. We can't influence anything. You just got to let it play out. You know, what's going to happen is going to happen. What'll be will be. We've done all we can. We can't interfere. We can't raise eyes. You know, we can't point eyes on us, pretty much. Basically, that's what he's saying. Now, he's kind of approaching it in a way that he looks like he's drinking a little bit, and his personality's changed. He's more like chill and relaxed. I like how he addressed the situation where Alex just kissed him at the end there. First of all, I was like, what's going on? You know, that's the first time we've seen Alex even interested once in guys. But when you get obviously overcome with emotions, then you never know where it's going to take you. And I just like how he wasn't weirded out by it. He was like, look, mate, you know, I don't like guys, but I'm here for you. When one of your best friends, whatever you need, you know, I've got you. And he's like, I'm going to go home. And he's like, no, mate, we're chilling, we're hanging out tonight. Just totally just pushed it aside as if it didn't happen. I like it. But like I say, his personality, it looked like he was going to sign up to the army or the military or something, the Air Force, go straight from school, miss college, and go straight to fighting. Also, like I said as well, we've seen him drinking a little bit, and we've seen, obviously, like, his personality is a bit more relaxed, which isn't always the best case in approaching situations, because, you know, it can kind of get other people on edge when they think, come on, we should be, like, thinking and strategizing, and he's just there like, yeah, whatever's. Again, you know, I thought that Arnie was going to break up with Clay, but obviously if she was moving away, that makes sense. But I'm just not a fan of, like, bigging couples up, so to speak, like in a series, and then the next season, like, they break up. And it's like, you know, we had that Justin and Jess, and he was saying we can't be together, and it annoyed me at first when he said it, and then when he explained that obviously he needs to focus on himself and obviously like his sobriety and all that, I get it. But again, we've focused in on that story for 3 seasons. They need to just finish the show being together. They don't even have to hardcore push them being a couple. Don't even need to say anything. They just don't need to break up. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if you've seen How I Met Your Mother, but personally, the way it ended, I didn't like. You know, we had one whole season of 2 people getting married, and then the next bit, they got divorced. And it's like, what the hell? Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. I think that when you rock with a couple and you go with it, you just go with it. There's no need to throw spanners in the works. If it's not going to play a further part in the story in the rest of the season between Jess and Justin, you know, being separated, then there's no need to separate them, if that makes sense. But I am interested. I like the camera changes. I like how Clay has definitely changed. His personality is like way far left field than it usually is, and I'm excited to obviously see what gets drawn out of him now he's sat in front of the therapist. So that's going to wrap up today's episode. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. If you do, please smash the like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.